Let's start this with a prayer. Dear Father, I thank you for this day and this opportunity to be used as a vessel to let your people know that you are available, able, and ready in the name of Yeshua from Nazareth. Let's cut this bread. It is Ecclesiastes 9, 7 through 10, and it's coming from the Message Bible for all you thumpers. 7. Seize life, eat bread with gusto, drink wine with a robust heart. Oh yes, God takes pleasure in your pleasure. Dress festively every morning. Don't skimp on colors and scarves. Relish life with the spouse you love each and every day of your precarious life. Each day is God's gift. It's all you get in exchange for your hard work of staying alive. Make the most of earth. Make the most of each one. Whatever turns up, grab it and do it, and heartily. This is your last and only chance at it, for there is neither work to do nor thoughts to think in the company of the dead, where you're just most certainly headed. Listen, one thing we got to take from Solomon, like really take from Solomon, he had money, he had wisdom, he probably had, well, he had looks, you know what I'm saying? He was getting chicks. But he had everything. So he had, and then he had this relationship with God where he could see life, right? And then have God drop it in his spirit. Like, look, this is really what it comes down to. It's all smoke. So why not do your best here? Listen, I don't know who told you that having money or getting educated, like that's going to save you. It's not, right? Because at the end of the day, the only way to get into heaven is to have a relationship with God. To have this relationship with Yeshua where they know your name and you know theirs. All of this other stuff that's out here, let that go. Whatever life you have, and I don't think that people get this, it's yours. God has a calling for you. And, I always used to think that people were just blowing smoke when they're like, oh, God has a gift and a plan for your life and blah, 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 blah. I was messed up. I know God didn't have no plan for me. Or so I thought. But once I began to stop being so me, and realize that it was all him, my perspective started to change, and it wasn't overnight. So this message right now is just to encourage you, no matter what it is, get up and give your heart to whatever it is he gave you. 7, seize life, eat bread with gusto, drink wine with a robust heart. Oh yes, God takes pleasure in your pleasure. You don't think that God wants to see you happy? You don't think that God wants to see you prosper? You don't think that God wants to see you in a position to where you're up and when things come against you, you know how to stand? You don't think that God wants to see you strong? Listen, I literally just went through like a whole attack, and I'm talking about guns blazing, enemy out, just, I felt it. But to come out on the other side, and no lie, it was blessing. God dumped it. I looked at myself and I was like, maybe I need to conduct myself better when I'm going through situations. And it made me reevaluate how much credit I give God. Listen, if I really believed in him and I really and we all go through this, oh my gosh, God, it's going to get bad, it's never going to get better. We start to panic. God wants to see us have a good life. You think you're going to have a good life if you're horrible inside? Because I'm pretty sure, we're all pretty sure there's millionaires who kill themselves because they're not happy. So money is not the answer. There are people who are educated and kill themselves or go into a depression because the world's education is not the answer. You see, I see some of the poorest people living the best life where they don't have nothing to prove to anybody. And let me tell you, they're just happy going to work. They're just happy being able to pay their bills. They're just being happy cracking open a beer and being like, it's okay. God wants to get you to that point. So it said, dress festively every morning. Don't skimp on colors and scarves. Relish life with the spouse you love each and every day of your precarious life. So one time when I was in Rogers, right? Rogers is a mental health facility. Everybody had mental health issues, right? But you know, one thing the girls did, they got up every morning and they made sure they was together. I'm not going to get up and make sure I'm together because this is me being together. Less is more, right? But God wants to see you at your best. God knows, like if you had a fresh pair of kicks, a whole new fit, a whole new fade, you would feel good about yourself. He wants to get you to a spot where you feel like that every day, no matter what. Listen, this world is coming to an end, and nothing that this world has given you is gonna save you. But keeping it a buck with God and letting him come in and show you, like, look, be extra. You're special to me. Go out and do you. Y'all don't hear God like that. Because somebody in a religious state told you, God is sitting in heaven like, I shall not messeth with thee. God don't even talk like that. Anyway, just don't minimalize your life because you don't think it's much. Because it says, every day of your precarious life. You know what precarious means? Not secure. If you want to do this by yourself, your life is not secure. You're going to be up and down, all extra, like filled and weighted with like just stuff that plagues you. Each day is God's gift. It's all you get in exchange for the hard work of staying alive. You don't think that God knows it is hard work to stay alive? I've been in states of depression where I would not leave my house for months. I've been in states of depression where I was depressed for decades. Oh my gosh, I'm so ugly. I hate everything. Nobody's ever going to like me. It was all negative. And I kept feeding myself the negativity because this is what I heard. This is what was spoon-fed to me early in life. And now here I am, or here I was, you know, in my 20s going through it alone. I don't ever want to see anybody be in that position. Like life is too much. We live a life that's not secure, and God knows that we have hard work of just staying alive. You don't think that God knows? You got to go to work. They gave you a raise, but gas is $5. Bread is $5. Everything is super expensive. But God is that God that's like, yo, come shop with me. Come buy from me. He paid a price for you, and then he tells you to come shop with him. Ain't nobody running deals like that. And this is the deal of a lifetime. Getting with him, letting him encourage you, letting God just, tell you the truth. There's nothing out there that is brand new. There is nothing. Everything gets regurgitated because, you know, the 90s are coming back or whatever it is. And people are like, oh, this is so vintage. Nah, it already happened. It already happened. Whatever turns up, grab it and do it heartily. Whatever it is, give your whole everything to doing it because you're not doing it for you. You're doing it for God. And I don't know about you, but I've been poor my whole life. Ballers and people with money don't impress me. Being able to take something that God has given me and do it for him and like seeing what happens. You know how many times God will tell me, Tanya, go talk to somebody. Go tell this person whatever. And I'll be like, go. Okay. Hey, I just want to let you know, guys. Woo, woo, woo. Oh my gosh, I was waiting for that. Blah, 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 blah. I've been that person too. Like, oh my gosh, I needed God to come and tell me that. Thank you so much. That feels so good. It feels so good. Like, oh my gosh. God is so amazing. And there isn't any detail that he misses when it comes to you, when it comes to me, when it comes to those that are brokenhearted. Like, whatever it is, do it with your heart. Because God is the one that always checks the motives behind what we do. And you don't think that he's going to bless somebody that has pure intentions versus somebody that has malicious intentions? It's God. This is your last and only chance at it, for there's neither work to do nor thoughts to think in the company of the dead, where you're most certainly headed. What you gonna do when you dead? What you gonna think when you dead? Ain't no, let me do it again. It's a wrap. I always tell people that if God blesses me with 24 hours, that's cool. Right? I only believe I have 24 hours to live because I'm not going to think harder than God. I don't know. But if he gives me 24 hours, I'm going to do my best. My best to be like, hey, Dad, you proud? Are you happy with what I did today? I'm that kid. Like, hey, God, remember that one time the devil tried to run up and I, boom, 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 2 beats them. Thank you. You know, like, this is life. This is life. This is genuine. This doesn't stop. And if anybody knows me, I'm like laughing all the time. And I'm poor, but I'm okay, right? And sometimes when you don't have anybody, that's when you really find out that you have everything in God. Listen, don't let this world chump you out and send you off. Like, you got to be like this, like this, like this to have something, to do something. You just got to be you. Holla at God.